Hello, everyone. I wanted to go over the essay mapping assignment that we have for this week. I will also be going over this on Tuesday's Zoom meeting, but you'll notice that this entire document is due Friday night at 11:59 p.m. So don't be fooled that there's only this assignment and one other assignment for this week, because this one is for 4 days of the week. Well, you'll be working on Tuesday through Friday. So what you will be doing in this assignment is essay mapping, which is something that we practice within our Zooms. We were looking at the prompt and we were chunking the questions and highlighting them based on how many questions we see. That's what you'll be doing in this one with 4 sample college admissions essays that students wrote. So I have it broken down into steps. For step 1, for each of the essays, you will map the response in accordance to the prompt. So when you do this, you need to remember to chunk each prompt, breaking it down into multiple questions in order to analyze what the prompt is truly asking you to do. It doesn't matter how many colors you choose or what colors you choose. So for this one, this is the same prompt that we did within one of our Zoom meetings last week. So write a 1-page, you did this prompt yourself, description of an event or moment when you were less than perfect, and explain to a reader what your response to that moment says about your character or values. So when we chunked this, we broke it down, like these instructions say, into 3 questions. And not every prompt is going to be 3 questions. Some will be 2, some will be 3 to 4, but there'll always be more than 1 question. So when we broke this up, we knew that we had to describe an event or a moment when we were less than perfect, right? Which is our question number 1. Question 2, we said that we need to explain what our response to that failure was, which is here in blue. And then question 3, we knew that we had to answer, what does overcoming the obstacle reveal about you? Because the prompt asks us about our values. So when you do this yourself, you are going to highlight each prompt when you chunk it, highlight each chunk a different color. Again, it doesn't matter what color you choose, just as long as there's different colors for each question. And what I want you to do is, you see here how this part where it was describe an event or a moment when you were less than perfect, within the actual essay itself that you'll be reading, you're going to highlight parts of the essay response that correspond with the color choice of that prompt chunk. So when you questioned it, can you describe a moment that was less than perfect or when you failed? Description of an event or moment that you were less than perfect. And I noticed here, and I did some of this for you so you can see what it looks like as a model, that this part of the essay was referring to the green section of the prompt. When I kept reading, this part here in blue about his response to that failure, right, goes back to this part that I chunked in the original prompt that was blue. So as you go through, you are highlighting parts of the sample essay that correlate with the part of the prompt that you highlighted. And again, samples are all here. You have to make sure that it's the same color though, right? If you're highlighted part of the prompt that says describe a moment when you were less than perfect in green, make sure the parts of the essay that describe when that person was less than perfect are also green. As well, in addition to doing this, you will also be adding comments for each chunk. So in addition to highlighting for each chunk, you will comment and explain the significance of each paragraph in 1 to 2 sentences. So as you see here, it doesn't matter where in the paragraph you want to start your comment, as long as it's in that paragraph. I just did it on the last word. And my example is, this paragraph effectively establishes the setting and the topic, baseball, for the essay. And then for the next section, this paragraph engages and entertains the reader by painting a vivid picture of the setting in which the failure took place. This helps provide context for the event. So I've given you examples of what kind of paragraphs I'm looking for. Remember, 1 per paragraph that explains the significance of that paragraph in terms of answering the prompt. And you see here, other parts of the essay are also highlighted to correspond with the part up here that we highlighted in orange. So when you go through, your first day you're going to be doing is Tuesday. So I've broken these up by days. There's 4 sample essays for you to do this mapping with. I've broken it up by day to help pace you through the week, so you don't wait till last minute because it'll be pretty overwhelming. So sample essay, it'll be titled and given to you by day, and the prompt is here. But notice there's no highlighting here, right? So when you look at this prompt, you need to chunk it. So right here, you see there's questions, right? Again, there's not always going to be 2, there might be 3, there might be 4, but you are going to chunk it like the example above and say, what is this prompt asking me? You should be able to come with at least 2 questions. Then you need to be able to chunk it, right? You chunk it, you go up, you highlight it a certain color. It can be green, it can be blue, it can be pink, doesn't matter. But the number of questions you have on your essay question chunks portion, right underneath the prompt, should correspond to the number of colors you have highlighted. Then, as the directions say, please refer back to them. While you're reading, you're going to highlight lines from the essay that correspond with certain parts of the prompt that you highlighted up here. Right? We're not highlighting the main idea. We are not highlighting lines that we find confusing. We are highlighting lines that refer back to the prompt, same color, right? If I thought evaluate the significant experience was a part of the essay or a part of the prompt that I could chunk, I should be able to find evaluate the significance experience down here and highlight it within that same color. And again, one comment per paragraph explaining the paragraph's significance or purpose in answering the prompt. We'll be going over this again on Tuesday, but I'll be posting this for you here. I think this is going to be really helpful for you guys. And then in addition to doing the essay mapping, you have response questions for every essay. So this one asks you to watch a video, and then you're going to respond to these questions. And then you'll be doing the same thing for everyone, right? Sample essay 2 is Wednesday, prompt, question chunks. So I gave you guys just one essay a day. See, they're only like 600 words, and I would really like you guys to take your time with this assignment. Please apply yourself, highlight those essay chunks, highlight your prompts, make sure they correspond, come up with the good questions of breaking down your prompt in those question chunks here, and make sure your comments are actually saying something. We don't want to just say, here is where the author describes the situation, right? We want to say, like, the prompt is asking the writer to explain the significance of their failure. In this paragraph, the author explains how this failure was significant because she says that she learned humility through this lesson or something like that, right? Because you guys do not have as many assignments this week as you have had in previous weeks, please apply yourself. This is a really, really helpful exercise in terms of coming up with your own essays, which we will be doing next week. And of course, we'll be going over this in the Zoom meeting for Tuesday. So I hope you find this helpful. Email me with any questions you have. Thanks.